All right, so we had a review channel for going on 10 years. Why would you create a review channel, and how do you create a review channel? First things first, what you are reviewing, I think you really need to be into, you need to be passionate about. Because on your first, it's fine, your fifth is fine, by the 10th product, if you don't love it and you're not inquisitive about it, it's going to come across. So we had an e-commerce site, and to go sit next to our e-commerce site was our review channel. So naturally, the products we had on our e-commerce site, we liked, we were passionate about, and therefore it made a review channel quite easy. It also meant we had product, because if you don't have a link to the products you're keen on, how are you going to get a hold of them? You can reach out to companies and say, oh, I've got a review channel, can I review your products? Likelihood is you won't get anywhere. Even with our e-commerce platform buying tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of products, they still, most companies have run very badly, and they're just not switched on enough, or it's not at the top end of their to-do list to provide you with a product. So if you don't have an e-commerce site, if you're just a review channel, you're going to have to just buy the product. Buy the product, get it in, do your review, do your user, and then I would suggest selling either on eBay or some other site. And then you need to just carry on this process. Perhaps once you've got enough followers and enough interaction, you will get manufacturers reach out to you and say, would you review my product, please? Or you may be able to strike up a relationship to start reviewing products. It's not as easy as you think to just call them up and say, I'm a review channel, I'd love to review your products. Good luck with that. Second thing is, so that's getting your products in, that's doing your review. You'll then need a place to make the reviews. Behind this camera right now are 3 lights lighting me up, and even this isn't good enough. Luckily with AI tools, you can filter the camera so that you look better. We worked a lot on the style of our review channel. We'll go through it in a second. We started off trying to be really formal, but we found it very stale. And after a while, the people doing the reviews, including me, it just wasn't natural. So we ended up going all the way from green screens, white backgrounds, very formal, to just authentic unboxing. And as we unboxed, we commented on what we saw, what we thought, how comfortable things were, kind of what you really get when you buy a product. Because a manufacturer will make a fancy video about the product and, show it in all its glory, like the Peloton adverts, you're in your front room, you're doing a workout, you're pouring with sweat, and then, you get on with your day. In reality, you get a big box turn up, and somewhere in your house, you find that place to put your Peloton bike, and then after 3 people have sweated all over the floor, you realize it's not the best place. It starts smelling a little bit. It becomes a clothes hanger. The reality of a product is what we ended up doing. And it's where the reviewer found the authenticity. So they cut off, the sellotape to get to the product, all the pieces, they put it together. That's the real... that's what really happens when you get a product. You don't get, your glistening, sweaty Betty outfit with your Peloton bike. So that'll be up to you, your style. As I was saying, we navigated all the way to just an authentic unboxing. And then how far do you want to take the review? Do you want to use the product for just a moment, just a day, just a week, just a month? How in depth are you going to go? I know in the cycling community, DC Rainmaker and GP Llama, they test a product for about a month and they're reviewing it the whole time, and then they give this great big in-depth review. We unboxed the product, put it together, and that was the end of our review. So a little quicker and perhaps more or less useful, I don't know. You've then got to think about, is this worth it? So you all want to know, I get monetized my channel, I start reviewing product, am I going to make money? Short answer, no. We have been going 10 years, we've made hundreds of videos, and there is no chance it has covered the costs or even 10%, even 1% of the costs involved in this channel. Perhaps that's down to our epic failure, but it has not been easy. Maybe it was the products we chose, but again, you've got to do something you're into. So how you expand your audience, get more subscribers, more likes, and in the end, more ad revenue, that'll become a separate thing to consider as you're making this. But definitely assume that for a long, long time, this isn't going to pay. I guess that's quite important. So for me, and my suggestion to anyone doing a review channel, you got to just love what you're doing, so that even if nobody pays you, you do it anyway. Last things to mention, this is being shot on a GoPro. We'll move to the screen in a minute just to show you our channel. You obviously want your kit to not cost much, so some good lighting, a clear background when you unbox your products. You want to keep your costs to a minimum. Obviously OBS Studio on the computer is free, and you really want to keep your costs down. All right, so here's our review channel. Just think about the name you're going to give it. Generally, the people that subscribe to your channel, I know when I look at the stuff I subscribe to, it's often in alphabetical order. I know it sounds silly, but I never get to Z, so I'd suggest you find a name with A, B, or C as the first letter. I know that sounds silly. All right, so here it is, Buggy Baby Reviews. When we first started, I'll now scroll all the way to the bottom. We wanted to be authentic, so we did not admit the link between Buggy Baby and Buggy Pram Reviews, which was the name here, Buggy Pram Reviews, of the first channel. Sorry, the first few videos. We eventually realized that people didn't care if we were Buggy Baby or just an independent review channel. So over time, so we did product and title like that. As you can see, that now appears quite old. So here's where we admitted our link, sponsored by Buggy Baby. So we're still acting as Buggy Pram Reviews. So depending on if you are an e-commerce site review channel or just a review channel will depend on how you want to paint yourself. Obviously you can act independent like we did, even though the link was behind the scenes. Eventually our thumbnails updated. There was that initial logo. Then we wanted like a little emblem to kind of, I don't know, we thought it looked better. And again, it's still product and its title. Over time, I mean, just here we go, 10,000 views. That's not bad considering this is a car seat. This isn't Kim Kardashian's knickers. This is, baby car seat. I don't know how many views you're meant to get, but this is what we achieved, 17,000 on this one. So here we go. I used to quite like what we were producing, little upgrades. So the emblem appeared. Now the bold text appears. That's, it's nice. You can see how we're moving on. And then we changed the name to just buggybaby.co.uk reviews. And here we are since. And I think we've held this format. This is 4 years ago. So this is more what you probably recognize on YouTube now. So we moved with the times. And I think, like anything, just start. And, you know, a bit like this video right now. It's terrible, right? So the next one, I hope, will be a little bit better. And just like your reviews, you'll get better at doing them. So here we go. More reviews. I think at some point we changed the format again. That one must have just been a reposting because it's the old style. And as you can see, we just kept churning them out, product after product. Just, you know, you've got to get some footage out there. They're not going to be perfect. You just got to crack on. Here we go, right towards the end. I think here we go. At some point we put a little edging on the box because we realized the white background of YouTube, you want your thumbnail to be a bit more pronounced. So there we go, all the way up to the current day. A couple of really interesting things. The solo reviews, like this one, just of a single car seat, they never did as well as the verses. We can never really figure out why. Maybe it's because it's a comparison and YouTube preferred that. You know, because when you're buying something, it's not, generally, it's, oh, this versus that. And so I get it, it's natural. When you're looking to buy a product, you are normally, you'll get a short list. And then from the short list, you go down to 2. And then from the 2, you decide on 1. You know, I think that's why it's successful to do comparison reviews and versus reviews over single products. So I definitely suggest when you do 1, do 2. If not, do 3, do 4. It just gets a little complicated when you have too many products because you can't really script it to make sense. And obviously what we did, we unboxed one, we unboxed the other, so that's 2 reviews. And then the third shot was the comparison. And then you've got 3 videos already out of 1 sort of session. I hope that makes sense. There's the review channel. Like I said, monetized, but nowhere near scratching the surface of the costs involved. We used it as leverage for our e-commerce site, nothing more. And yeah, it's a tough gig, but best of luck if you're setting up a review channel. And as I said before, feel free to ask any questions because someone else before you has done 10 steps. And if you can start at their 10th step, it saves you doing them all yourself. All right, that's it.